Hey guys, my name is Marta, welcome to my channel, and today I am here with a second-hand book haul. I've recently been in the mood to get a lot of books for very cheap, so I've been acquiring quite a few second-hand books, so I thought it would be fun to do a book haul to share them with you. Most of these are novels or novellas that I think I've never seen mentioned on BookTube, so I thought it would be interesting for you to hear about them. Without further ado, let's get into this haul. Before getting into the titles that I think are lesser known, I'm going to start with three that I think are more well known. So the first one is The Prime of Miss Jane Brody by Muriel Spark. I have never read any Muriel Spark, but her premises sound like something I would really like. So when I saw this one, I immediately had to get it. I don't really remember what it is about, but I think it's set in a school, and I think it's also a mystery. I'm not completely sure, so I might be wrong about that. But yeah, it sounded good, and I decided to get it, and I am very excited to read some Muriel Spark, hopefully really soon. Next is a very popular classic, and it is Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. I think most people read in high school. I did read an adaptation of it, but not the entire thing, so I thought it would be fun to own it and one day read it. I also got it because it's this gorgeous old penguin black spine, and I love these editions. I think they look really pretty, so when I see one I always have to get it if I don't own a copy of the book. Last of these more popular titles, I got a book that has been getting a bit of attention lately because of the very sad and devastating things that are going on in Afghanistan at the moment, and it is 1,000 Splendid Suns by Kaye Hosseini. This is a very sad novel set in Afghanistan that depicts the position that the women have to face in society under the Taliban government. So I obviously had to get it in order to better inform myself about the current situation, because sadly they are repeating something that already happened a few years ago. So yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about this novel. I've heard that it's really sad, so I'm expected to cry when I get to it, but still I am very excited to own it and hopefully read it very soon. Speaking of pretty popular authors, I also got Notes of a Dirty Old Man by Charles Bukowski. I've never read anything by Bukowski, and I've heard mixed opinions about him, to be honest, but this was cheap and short, so I decided to get it and give it a try. Also, apparently this is a short story collection, which is always nice in order to get a first sight of an author's writing and the themes he treats in his novels. So, as I was speaking about Afghanistan, I also got two more books that talk about the current situation, even though they were written years ago. First one is Latifa's Visage Volé, Abandoned a Kabul. This has been translated to English, so I will put the English cover here. And this is a novella-sized autobiographical work of what Latifa had to live during this time period. This is one of the books that I am currently reading, and I can already say that it is very sad, very raw and pretty violent, but I am very glad to be reading it because I can see how much I am learning about it, and I can see myself empathizing even more with the current situation. But yeah, this is also very short, so I do recommend it if you want a short read that will inform you of what's going on, sadly, at the moment. And last, about Afghanistan, I also got a normal novel, which is Moditsa Dostoevsky by Atik Rahimi. This is a retelling of Crime and Punishment set in Afghanistan, and it's supposed to be very raw and very poignant and very striking, so in terms of the themes it talks about. So I am very excited to read it. It interests me a lot. It sounds like something that I could really enjoy because I really like retellings, but I am expecting to read it when I have first read Crime and Punishment, so I can see how this novel depicts that very famous classic in this entire different setting. So yeah, a book that sounds very exciting to read, and that also sounds like one that is worth discussing with people. Next, I have a non-fiction that I have had my eyes on for the longest time, and it is From the Beast to the Blonde on Fairy Tales and Their Tellers by Marina Warner. This is a non-fiction that explores the role of female in traditional fairy tales, and that sounds extremely exciting and intriguing to read about, so I am super excited to dive into it as soon as I have the time to, because I love me a good fairy tale and I love me a good feminist essay, so I absolutely cannot wait to read this one. Next I have a Catalan work, and it is Ariadna Labyrinth Grotesque by Salvador Espriu. This is a short story collection inspired by Greek mythology, especially, as the title suggests, the myth of Ariadne, so I am super excited to read it. The myth of Ariadne is one of my favorite myths, so I cannot wait to see what Salvador Espriu did with it in this short story collection. Also, Salvador Espriu has been one of those authors that I've been meaning to read from for a while now, so I am excited to finally own something by him in order to start reading his works. And speaking of authors that I wanna get to, we have Le Plastique et le Jour, suivi de l'indifférent by Marcel Proust. This is one of Proust's short story collections, I think, and I've been meaning to get into this author for a long time, but Swan's Way, or La Recherche du Temps Perdu in French, is one that really intimidates me, so I decided that it was good, so I thought that it would be good to own something shorter by him in order to get a taste from him and see whether I like him or not, and whether I want to dedicate an entire year to read La Recherche or not. Next I have another book by what I think is a pretty popular American author, and it is Beast by Joyce Carol Oates. Joyce Carol Oates is an author I've heard about, but I have never read any books from, so when I saw this one for really cheap, I thought it would be great to own it. According to the synopsis, this is a pretty erotic and kinda violent love story, so I am intrigued by it, and I cannot wait to see what Joyce Carol Oates has to say. Next I have two more books in French. One is a translation, one isn't. Starting from the one that's not a translation, we have Nuit d'Encre pour Fagin by Malika Mahdi. This is a novel that is very inspired by the author's life, and it tells the story of an Algerian woman who was born in Belgium, and I guess it talks a lot about race, about one's origins and how they affect one's life. So it sounds intriguing. It sounds like a book that is going to make me think and reflect on a lot of things, so I am very excited for it. And the translation is La Femme de Saint-Sombre by Hugo von Hofmannsthal. This is a German or Austrian author that I've heard about in Stefan Zweig's autobiography, so in that very moment where I saw it, I had to get it. I read the synopsis and it looks like it's going to be a fantasy story, which sounds cool, and I am very, very excited to see what this author that Stefan Zweig really admire wrote about. And last but not least, first we have a Brazilian work, and it is The Marble Dance by Lydia Fagundesteles. This is a very old copy that smells delicious, and it is a Brazilian modern classic that tells the story of three sisters, and it talks a lot about marriage, about love, and women's position. So it sounds like a really good read, and I have never read anything by any Brazilian author, and much less by a woman, so I am very excited to read it and to see what it is all about. And last but definitely not least, we have Under a Glass Veil by Anais Nin. Anais Nin is an author that I've heard about from a girl that is in my university's book club, and when I saw a book done by her that is not erotica, by a surreal novel, I of course had to get it. The surrealism is a literary movement that really intrigues me and that I wanna read from, and this one that is both short and written by a woman really, really intrigues me, so I absolutely cannot wait to read it. So that was all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you met some new titles and some new authors. And comment down below if you read any of these books and what are your thoughts on them. Also comment down below if you've seen any particular book that you would like me to review because it sounds intriguing to you. And also, don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. And I hope you guys have an amazing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!